don't need Jack now. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the best to say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30.
That's good.
A huge play there right off the bat. 52 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
36 on the carry.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down and 4.
He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going right side here, and that's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Sheds off the tackle. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Allen. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. 1st and goal from the 3. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle. But collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Allen. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
And the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film? I
think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mask.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to number 88.
An 11-yard touchdown. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
Washington 7, Steelers nothing. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
Get in there, get what you want, G. Get in there, get what you want, boy.
So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Coup now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes this Washington 14. Steelers nothing. Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate? What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Allen now on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Washington.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Ball carrier.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Throwing left side, it's complete.
Allen's pass.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Allen now looks to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. Back to Brown, this time complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Man open left side is Brown. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature.
And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes this Washington 28, Steelers 7.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he'll get this one up to the 26.
38, the ball carrier.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher, 3rd down and 9. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Going for it all. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
On the coverage.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen looking left side, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. eluding the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Derek Brown make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Quick slant to Brown. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 12. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
19-yard line.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Allen again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And again, it's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Allen to throw once more. His pass caught at the 4. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 4th down and...
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend the lead out to 24.
Steelers.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on.
There he goes, right side. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Watch twits. Watch twits.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
He was taken.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Yeah, that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
He's taken down at the
Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
And the Washington 1st down.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good.
Youngway 2 set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing left side, it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. It's a party now. It's a party now. Mike, check 33.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
He's not going to get me. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to let it go again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Now a handoff looking right. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
Check 55, Mike. Let's go, D.
Allen going to throw. He'll buy some time right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. To the air, Allen. And my goodness, this is incomplete.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The deuce is wild here. 2nd down and 2 with just about 2 minutes on the clock.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
flush to his right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And you know what else happened on that play? He just went past 45,000 career passing yards.
He's going to cherish that moment, but he's also going to celebrate it with so many different people. Guys he's playing with currently, guys he's played with in the past, especially offensive linemen who've kept him upright to throw the ball, receivers who've caught it. I mean, just so many people to embrace. And last but not least, a lot of coaches who call him.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Throwing it in here on second down, this time complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal.
Brings up second.
Now Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
To number 8.
A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. Check 33. 33. Get that quarterback. And all comes.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and a mile.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 20, so they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Cut. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
From the gun, it's Allen. And this is caught at the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think he even go into a hump.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Good.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big 4th quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25.
That's good.
And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
At the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Stopped short of the goal line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Get off the field.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal.
Rush in. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle.
They'll try to run this one in. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And that is caught. And they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Lining up 40 extra points.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken at about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Point after now from Catanzaro. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game.
Makes this Washington 51. Steelers 28.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So Allen's going to look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. 88. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes this Washington 58. Steelers 28. Younghoe Koo set.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And certainly starting to appear that they might finally be about to suffer that first loss of the season. What a heck of a run through 3 months, though, but they trail big here. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Incomplete from the contact. Greedy Williams on the...
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike check 33. 33. On the Army. On the Army. Check line 33. Check line 33. Go on. Come on. Go.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
10 at their own 36-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Steelers 28.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, The streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, there will be no perfect